Hey guys, Axe here again. I just want to kick off day 3 of our Surviving in Minecraft series with actually moving house, to be perfectly honest. It's this area that I'm in here. I'm not going to call it glitches, but we'll say unique features of this zone that I'm in are not very realistic. Um, yeah, there's desert snow, chunks that appear to be randomly generated, but right next to each other that don't really fit. So I want to go to somewhere a little bit more realistic, hopefully a little bit more aesthetically pleasing as well. And the other thing is that even though sand having a beachfront view is really cool, sand is actually fairly hard to deal with from the point of view that it's affected by gravity. So if I dig out the block below this block of sand, you'll see that it actually drops down. And that's all well and good, except that if I want to build stuff underneath the ground here, the sand's obviously just going to keep collapsing in on me, and it makes life a fair bit harder than it needs to be. So yeah, I've got a rough idea of the direction I want to head, and I've seen the maps generating some really nice stuff out when we went looking for sheep and that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to pick up a few of the more important things here. I don't really care too much about the torches and so on and so forth. This is just going to grab these few little things here, and then we'll just basically go and find a new area that we like. So as I said before, yeah, sand is affected by gravity. Not too many blocks in Minecraft are. Dirt, sandstone, cobble, normal stone, they're all fairly immune to gravity. But sand and gravel, which we've got a whole bunch of just coming up here, this sort of grey speckledy stuff, they're both affected by gravity. So yeah, I mean, they're fine to use, but you need to know that they are going to be a little bit more difficult when you want to make structures around them. Every time you want to build under them, you need to support them, which, is fine, but yeah, can be a bit frustrating at the same time. Which direction am I going? I think we'll head over this way a bit. You'll see that this area of the map is, while obviously not strictly realistic, it is a hell of a lot closer to what I was chasing than where we were originally. So we're just going to have a bit of a sticky beak. Mountains over there on the left are pretty cool, but again, flat area is a little bit easier to deal with. So I'm just going to go for a walk over in this direction and have a look in the jungle a bit. Alright guys, we're back, and I found a cool exposed lava pit. Just walking around through the forest here. We're out behind where I've walked around out behind the big cliffs that I mentioned a few moments ago. So yeah, this is pretty cool. It's got a little flattish sort of area down here, which I'll probably level out a little bit more, and the lava pit, I'll figure out some way to use it, but at the very least it's a good resource if I want to grab some buckets that I can make, pick the lava up and transport it. I can sort of use that in quite a number of different ways. And we've got a big we've got water all around us, which is going to make exploring other areas fairly easy. You can just jump into a boat, and yeah, and that's about it. But what I might do is I might do I might just level all this sort of section out here, and this is where I might set up shop. So what I might do is I might leave that little this little hill here, and I can sort of use this as a bit of a time lapse sort of area. If I look out here, you can see what I built and what I'm going to design and all that sort of stuff. But we're just going to be looking at basic concepts to start with. Hello, Mr. Archer. Again, I'm going to do more advanced stuff, but that's going to be on the multiplayer server where we've already got all the resources and area and and everything that we need. But yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with this for a new home. So yeah, I'm going to start digging and make a bit of a log cabin down here, right next to lava. Doesn't really seem like a great idea, but you know, I like the look of a log cabin. So I'm going to build one right down here, and we'll sort of go from there. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, we're back again. This is the new area that you've just been looking at, but the reason I'm bringing you back real quick before I'd even finish leveling out this area is that I think there's something fairly unique here that I didn't count on. Obviously, we've got the lava pit, and we've got the cave underneath us. Now, the thing is with the cave, I went down in there, I lit it up with lights, and as I spoke about in the first video, lights usually stop mobs from spawning. So anyway, I went down there, I killed the archers, I came back up, I kept digging this area to level it out, and they kept spawning, so I put some more torches in there, and they kept spawning and spawning and spawning. So there's something I want to show you down there that is very unique, but first, before I do that, I need to make some armor. So we picked up some leather before after killing some of the cows, and we've got our little crafting cube, which I've just chucked down. So I'm just going to right click on the cube, and now I'm picking up the leather, and we can make 4 different things. We can make a helmet, we can make a chest piece, we can make legs, and finally feet, in boots, shoes, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so I think I've got enough to do a chest piece, which will give me the most protection. So I'm going to do that by just right clicking in the squares in this configuration, which will then give us our leather tunic. And I'm just going to pick that up and put it in my inventory. 3 pieces of leather. I don't have enough to make anything else, but that's okay. Something is better than nothing. So press escape to close the screen. Now I press I, and I'm going to pick it up and drag it into that slot there. And you can see my little guy has his outfits changed. You can now see the leather chest piece on. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to hit escape again, close that, and we're going to go down in there. I'm going to try and show you what's happening without actually dying. So yeah, this should be fun. Come on, big boy. Oop, that hurt. God damn. Okay, now we're down in here, and you can see there's no arches in here except up in here. Now you can see there's green, what it looks like to be green cobblestone, and that is essentially what it is. And I'm being a little bit careful, but that should. Jesus, all right. That hurt a bit. I think. Okay, what I was trying to do then, is chuck. Bugger it. Okay. Bit of a bummer. Let's just respawn, go back down. Because I had set up my bed nearby, I should respawn very, very close, which I have. I've dropped everything, so I'm just going to have to go back down there and beat this guy's face in. Bit frustrating, but you know, whatever. One down. Okay. So what I've done, what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted, was that I've put those torches up there because what that is that is actually a mob spawning room. And now what I'm going to do, now that you've seen it, God damn it, go away. Okay, alright, this is a bad idea. I'm going out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down from the top. So I know it was basically in that direction there, which should be over where I was digging already. There it is. Okay, cool. Alright, let's just make a bit of room here. Alright, now we can, ooh yes, bugger off. Okay, good stuff. Now you can see right there is the mob spawner, so that's really cool. Yeah, I'm really surprised that we have one this close to the surface. I've never seen one this close to the surface, literally, well, what was it, 2-3 blocks deep. So, yeah, pretty impressive. I don't know, maybe it's a bit more common than I thought, but yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep leveling this out. I actually want to keep that there because I think I will be able to use that for a little bit more advanced tutorials later on. And once I've been able to clear that room out, I will I'll come back and explain a bit more and show you in a bit more detail what's going on. But yeah, until then, thanks guys, and I'll be back shortly.